What's up, Transparency Crew? It's Yuri Kenan here, also known as Yuripandawriter, and I'm so excited to talk to you about everything that has been going on with me. Stay tuned. Okay, so I just want to say thanks to everybody that subscribed. Follow you guys. I'm so excited to talk to you about my life updates. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is therapy. I started therapy back up in July of last year. And I needed therapy because I was stressed out. Point blank period. I was stressed out because I was multitasking, going to work. Well, was I working back then? No, wasn't working. Wasn't working, but I was a stay-at-home mom, dealing with that. My husband, he was working from home, you know, dealing with my dog, trying to run a business. Just trying to do schoolwork too, because I'm in school. So that was just like, it was a lot for me. And I was experiencing different things from my family that was happening. And I was just like, I need to talk to somebody because this is too much for me. And that's okay. I just want y'all to know that, like, if you need therapy, go get it. Like, literally, go get it. You do not have to be crazy. You do not have to be psychotic. You do not have to be having a mental breakdown. You might just need somebody to speak to, and that is totally fine. I have my therapist. She's so sweet. Like, she is so sweet. She has made the process for me like utterly amazing. And she, you know, she encourages me and she just listens to me, obviously, but it's just like, I don't feel like it's one of those things where she's just trying to get my money. You know, like, she actually feels like she cares. She might not, she might, I don't know. I don't want to dig deep into it, but yeah. So I've been in therapy since July of last year. I'm definitely going to be diving deep into some topics over my YouTube channel.
Because, honey, baby, child, I'm going to be consistent. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody think. I'm taking risks. I'm making changes. I'm motivated. I'm all that.
And you can too. Whatever you feel like you want to be able to do it. Take risks in 2022.
This is your year. This is our year.
Let's be successful. Let's see the success come into fruition. So that was just like my motivation tip for a moment. Okay. I do want to talk about my 5-year hair journey, right? Definitely haven't hit 1 year yet, but I started a hair journey back in July as well. A lot of things happened in July. I came up with this crazy idea, and I don't even think I have my notebook. Hold on. This is my 5-year hair journey. I customized the notebook. Yes, I love notebooks. I love making notebooks. They're amazing. So I customized a hair journey journal for me because I wanted to see what I was capable of. That's really what things have been about for me. Like, what am I capable of? Because I know that I'm brilliant. I know I'm intelligent. Like, how can I just like see everything unfold? So I was like, okay, let me not put any heat to my hair. Not even the blow dryer, sis. Nothing, no heat.
No heat.
And when I tell you it has been tough for me, it has been tough because I've honestly thought about straightening my hair. I'll be like, oh my God, I'm not straightening my hair. Oh, like, I miss how my hair is, because my hair is a pretty decent length. Like it comes like right here. Maybe a little bit higher, but it comes back to my bra strap. Maybe I'll show y'all one day, not today. I'll have a whole video on that because I just feel like I want my hair to grow. Like, I just really want to see what I'm capable of with my hair. And I have psoriasis. And since I have been going on my hair journey, I have one shampoo, one conditioner. It's vegan. I have one product, three major products that I use. I don't have 70 different products. I'm not insulting anybody that got that. If you got that, that's good. But for me, with psoriasis, I don't need 70 different products. My hair got to have 2-3 major things. And I've had these braids in for a while. And
it's a little dirty.
It's a little dirty, but I'm being transparent with y'all but I usually get like a ton of patches. Like, I have like patches galore. Yes, I could go to a dermatologist and get the medicine, but I just wanted to see like what I can do, you know, what I can do. So that's a whole nother video. And then I totally forgot to show y'all I created a therapy raw emotions journal as well, because in my therapy I like to write things down, how I'm overcoming, what I'm going through, what I'm dealing with. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I want you to be updated on everything that I'm talking about. I'm going to be talking about marriage, having a toddler, therapy, business owner, which brings me to, I am a full-time business owner, 100%. I took a whim of faith and God really showed me like that's what I was supposed to be doing. I'll kind of touch base on it just a little bit. So I left my job September 24th. That was my last day. I was gone for 2 weeks before that, but the reason I left it is because the daycare center that Lila was at, my daughter, we call her Lulu, because I haven't even updated y'all on that, I don't think. They caught COVID and they had hand, foot, mouth disease, and that was just stressing me out. I know daycares get like all different types of sicknesses, but honey baby child, I just cannot do it. I don't want to be getting sick 55 times, and I know that comes with parenting. You know, your kids get sick. I know that's what happens, but I just didn't want to do it. It was too risky. I didn't want nothing happening to my baby. That's my baby, right? That's just it. I literally called 22 different child care centers. I can't talk today. And everything was either booked until January, and at the time it was September, and then either it was like $1,500 or more. At the place that I had her at, we was only paying $700, right? And you might be like, only? Yeah, only. Because $1,500 compared to $700, honey, that's a difference. So it was like literally nobody there to watch Lulu. So for the week that the center was closed because they had COVID, we had to ask my husband's father to come watch Lulu because both of our parents are out of state. My mom's in Virginia and his mom is in Maryland, and the only people that I really have here is my auntie, and she's a little older, and then my husband Byron's dad. So, and my sister, she watched Lulu for a week, I think, or half the week or something like that. And she was an hour away, and I paid her like $130, but it just was tough because I'm like, I'm only making like $17, $18 at my job. So we live in the suburbs. Like I don't live in Detroit. I don't shade nobody that live in Detroit. I like nice things. So I can't downgrade to try to get her in childcare. You know what I'm saying? And we had just moved in July. So we just moved, in July we moved from Ferndale to this area, and it just was a lot. So I was like, well, I guess we just gonna have to take her out. I'm just gonna have to look for an at-home job. And I've had so many jobs. And when I was trying to search for a job, it was not working out for me. It was like crickets. I had updated my resume 3 or 4 times because I'm a writer. I know how to write. I know how to create a resume. I've literally created everything from scratch that I own. All the books I've published. So I'm like, what's the problem? And then like my pastor had texted me and he was like, you just need to follow what God is telling you to do. And I'm
like, okay, whatever. And I literally said whatever.
I know that's bad.
But in the moment, I was irritated because I'm like, well, my husband is like, what's going on with your money? And the pastor telling me to follow God. And I'm like,
Okay, God, I need some direction.
I need some direction. I did have a little bit of savings. I think I had like $1,000 worth of savings. That's it. That's not a lot. In today's time, when you 5 years old, you think $1,000 is $1 million. That's not it. Couldn't find nobody to keep Lulu. Byron was like, oh, I found somebody. It's going to be $900. I was paying for childcare by myself. So $900 out of my $2,000 something check, that ain't cutting it.
I need to have some wiggle room money.
She wasn't going to daycare. And so everything kind of came together the very next day. I had published Stress Reliever Journal on Ingram Spark. And they said they were going to distribute it to Target, to Walmart, to Barnes & Noble, to eBay, to Amazon, all them places, right? And I have been waiting a month. I kept searching my name in the search bar. I couldn't find it. I'm like,
Hey, bro, like, I'm frustrated. I'm trying to make some type of money, right?
I literally, the very next day, I searched my name into Target and it was there. my book that I had published was in Target. I could not believe it. My hard work, my dedication. I think I still have a copy of it. I think it's over there. But I put it in Target. It was in Target. I got sales. I made over 60 sales in 1 month from all the places together. Is it still in Target? Absolutely not. And it aggravated my soul because I don't know why they took it out. My stuff is still on Amazon. You can search me up, Yuri Kenan, YURIKENAN. And everything was just like, I had landed $1,000 client. It was crazy. It was crazy. Not $1,000 client. It was more than that. That was just a deposit for my ghostwriting services. And I know that's probably like confusing to y'all, so I have to dive deep into that. So that's just a snippet of how I'm a full-time business owner. I definitely have way more things to elaborate on because this is a walk of faith. This is not like, oh, every day I'm just balling and just getting it. I have to trust God. I literally have to trust God. I'm fasting on the days he tells me to fast. I'm listening to his voice. You know, it has not been easy for Byron because Byron just be like, wait a minute, what we doing? And we've had to work through some things because he is like, well, I'm the provider. You know, he know that I can provide too, but if he feels like we're about to lack in something, then he like starts stressing and worried. We haven't lacked in anything. Absolutely nothing. We haven't had to add an extension to any bill. I'm not on unemployment. That's not it.
I literally have to trust God
for every client that I receive. And I'll be thankful for that. So that's real and raw. Real and raw. Let's jump to motherhood. Okay, so I don't know if I even shared my story on how God told me I was gonna have a C-section, but I was like, I'm not. That can't be you, God. That can't be you talking to me. Definitely had a C-section. Definitely had a C-section. It was a mind-blowing experience because I was frightened. This is my first child, and I was sick, 22 weeks, throwing up consistently. No, it wasn't just morning sickness. I had hyperemesis. I literally, any sound, looking at my dog made me puke, smelling my dog. I threw up 6 to 7 times a day. I couldn't keep anything down. I lost 10 pounds in 1 week. I got to the hospital multiple times. My ketones was below a certain amount. I don't know anything about ketones, but when they told me it was below, I said, okay, am I dying? I thought I wasn't gonna make it. Hyperemesis is literally no joke. If you just move this way, you gonna throw up. Like, you can't even operate. I've seen people talk about like, I don't know why she having that much sickness from her pregnancy. She just can't handle it. No, some people really have hyperemesis. Some people really just can't. Like, I couldn't even take a swig of water. Sometimes when I was pregnant, I think I would wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I would just only be able to down it in that moment. Any other time, it would be coming up. Sometimes I would have a full water bottle, right? And in 2 hour span, I drank about this much because I would throw it back up. Sorry, that's a little blunt, but I would throw it back up. And it was tough for me. And fast forward to now, parenting is not always easy because Lila, they say the terrible twos. I feel like she already kind of there, but y'all have a little bit more experience if y'all have kids. But she'll just be like, like, and I just be like, girl, what's going on?
You all right?
And I definitely do the gentle parenting thing. Because she doesn't fully understand certain things yet. She doesn't know how to communicate her emotions, her thoughts. And it is sometimes frustrating because she's like scratching me, you know, she's pulling my hair. She's just trying to get my attention, but she's so loving. She's so sweet. She'll say hi to you, give you a kiss, give you a hug. Like, she's just so innocent. And having to multitask, YouTubing, podcasting, which I'll talk about in a second, vlogging, being a wife, trying to maintain my relationship with the Lord, having a dog, about to get another dog. It's a lot. It's a lot, but that's why there's Jesus in therapy. And so I'll definitely be sharing some things like that. If y'all have toddlers, let me know. If y'all experience any of the things that I have touched on, let me know. Like, I want to hear from y'all. y'all be having some valid stuff. Okay, so that brings me to my podcast. I just recently launched a podcast, and it's on Apple Podcasts, and it's also on Spotify. Here it is. Yeah. Look at me, Yuri's transparency. Y'all know I'm all about transparency, and y'all will hear things that I may not discuss on YouTube and my podcast. Still sharing things overall, but make sure you follow to listen in, you know, on the things I have to talk about. Okay, so let's talk about my dog. My dog Scarlett. We've had her for like it'll be 3 years this year, and my dog is super clingy. Like, my dog is so affectionate, but she just like wants you to play with her 24/7, like 24/7. And sometimes I don't have all of that to give. Like, sometimes I give it, sometimes I take her on a walk, you know. Byron does his things with her too, but it's like, it's never enough. She might be tired for like an hour, and then she'll just be staring at me. And that is the problem that I have with her, is that she'll stare at me for literally 30 to 45 minutes at a time. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I do exaggerate in life, but I'm not exaggerating. Like, she'll literally just sit, like, she'll be at attention and just stare at you, and I'll be like, okay, I know you want to play, let me play with you a few minutes, and then she'll just like keep staring at me. She won't. I'll be like, I don't know, sometimes I'll be like, do she got some type of disorder? Because I don't know if dogs do that. Like, I know she loves me. Like, she loves me. Like, oh my God, will want to get on the couch with me. If she wanted to, she would be inside my soul. Like, that's how bad she just wants to be with me. For the longest amount of time, honestly, I know this is going to sound so bad, but I'm transparent, so I share it. I really wanted to get rid of Scarlett. I wanted to get rid of her because when I was pregnant, I couldn't stand her smell, and it made me gag. Like, just looking at her, I told the doctor, I was like, every time I just look at my dog, I puke. And he was like, what? And I was like, yes, I do. And then that's when they tested me for hyperemesis, and they was like, you got it and all that. We were thinking like, well, I couldn't take Scarlett away from Byron. Like, I bought the dog, but it's literally Byron's dog. And so we were like, why don't we just get a second dog? And I was like, well, what if they're both staring at me? Like, then that's a bad decision. We're gonna try it out. Taking risks all 2022. We're gonna do a 30-day period. If the dog works out, great. If it doesn't, I'll give it to a family member in a loving home, and that way it's taken care of. But I just need my own dog. Scarlett is big. Scarlett's just big for me. I just want a small little dog, put the little sweaters on, you know, just, you know, Scarlett have somebody to play with, because she just needs a play buddy. Like, she nearly needs a play buddy, because when I was pregnant and I was throwing up so much, somebody had watched Scarlett for like maybe about 4 to 6 months of my pregnancy, because I just couldn't take it. So she was constantly with other dogs outside 24/7. So she came back to me and Lulu, and she like, y'all are boring. So that's what I'm gonna do. I like the Cavapoos. I think that's how you say it. Just little Yorkies, and I don't want no Chihuahua. I don't think that's for me. No offense to anybody. Let's talk about something else. Marriage. I do want to discuss on one of the episodes of my channel about how we were thinking about, you know, having another kid, what his viewpoints were, where my viewpoints were, and birth control, because that was like a huge thing, because I don't like to take birth control. Obviously I can get pregnant at any moment, I know that, but I don't like to take it. I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to. And so that's a whole discussion, because we were not on one accord. I can talk about, like, you know, a snippet of my relationship with God. Things have definitely progressed after I quit my job. Well, a little bit before. I've always believed in God. I did have like little moments here and there from my previous marriage when things didn't work out. I just literally told God, I was like, God, I don't even want to be bothered. I don't want to do what you called me to do. I don't want to hear nothing. Like, that was bold of me to talk to God, the person that breathes air into my body. I know, crazy, right? I have grown to accept who I am. I'm prophetic. I have dreams. I have visions. Lately, I've been getting up at 6 a.m. on Tuesdays. I was doing it like a couple times out the week, but honey, I be tired. I do read my Bible app. You know, I see the plans and stuff that they have, and I try to like devote my attention to them and read them and complete them. And God has really carried me along the way. Like, you know, I grew up in church, but I wanted to see God for myself. Like, okay, God is real, you know. But he would like tell me things even when I was little. Like, I would just know certain things. Like, I would tell my granddad, like, grandmommy about to get sick. You should pray for her. And I would be like 5 years old. And he'd be like, okay. And then she'd be like, I'm, you know, kind of not feeling well. And we start praying. And it's just so crazy how I would just know these things. Like, God would just tell me these things. Well, God has showed me himself. I haven't heard him audibly. I'm not that like, oh, I hear God every 2 seconds. Sometimes I hear him speaking. I'd be like, well, God, I kind of need confirmation with that, because I don't want to just be telling people certain stuff and that's not you. You know, I don't want to be a prophet liar. I want to actually know that's you. And he does confirm his word. You know, I trust him, I have faith. And sometimes I have prophesied to people and they be like, yeah, such and such came to pass. And I'll be like, whew. Or I'll be like, okay. Because it's not like I've perfected it. I haven't perfected my walk with God. I don't think I would ever perfect it. It's a journey. It's like a ever-growing journey with God. Fasting, praying, seeking his face. I've been trying to pray outwardly more, because I pray in my mind all the time. Like, I'll be like, God, you know, sometimes I'm about to go to sleep. I'll be like, I just worship you. I love you. I adore you. I lift you up. You are El Shaddai, Yahweh, Prince of Peace, all that jazz. And I'll be like, I don't ever be speaking out loud. Like, I'll be like, why am I not speaking out loud? Like, let me, you know, command the mountains to be moved and all that stuff. So I just literally just, you know, been trying to work on that. So I think that's pretty much it. School, I graduate next year. Not next year, it's next year already. I graduate this year in September. Yay! I graduate with my Bachelor of Fine Arts in creative writing. So I'm really excited about that, because these classes have been kicking my butt. I mostly have A's and B's. I definitely got a class where I had 74%, and I just felt like a complete failure. And I had to tell myself, it's okay. We still passed the class. Because I tend to want to be a perfectionist, and that's impossible. Oh, yeah, I think I've covered like the premises of everything that's really been going on. Touching up, life date, Lulu sleeping, but you know, if y'all want to see her, I'll show her face. And yeah, I just hope that y'all be encouraged. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Turn on that notification bell. And let me know if anything resonated with you, like in the comments. Let me know if you've quit your job, or you're on an entrepreneur journey, you going to therapy, you got a kid, you love Jesus, I love him too. Like, just comment, let me know. I'm gonna read the comments. I'll be reading y'all comments. And I just appreciate y'all. Like, I really do appreciate y'all, because I have not been consistent. But that is the old Yuri. I'm doing things. I'm trying to see which day I want to upload. I don't know if it's gonna be weekly. I would love to do daily. Love to do daily, to just, you know, talk to y'all, because I have a lot to say. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast, Transparency Crew, on Apple and Spotify. You can check out all the things that I've published on Yuripandawriter.com. If you need help writing a book, publishing a book, go to my website. Yeah. I'm excited for what this year brings. Happy New Year to all of you, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.